Salutations gamers, and welcome back to our edited Divide et Impera Rome 2 playthrough. Over the last two episodes we have very confidently expanded inside of Italy, but we may have neglected the economic side of the game a little bit, so we are going to pay the price for that during this episode. We'll be dealing with a lot of outside threats, and in fact Carthage is sending 4 or 5 armies our way this episode alone. But while we're somewhat on the back foot in this episode, there are some exciting battles up ahead, and all the while we are strengthening our empire by investing more money into our economy. That aside, we're also getting the Polybian reforms, which turn our kind of okay spearmen into a deadly assault infantry force, which you'll be able to see in action against the Carthaginians. Without any further ado, let's get into it. In the last episode, we managed to take northern Italy. This time around, we are looking to consolidate our position in Cisalpina and also prepare for an invasion of Carthage. Carthage hasn't done much over the last few turns, so I believe that they are staging an invasion. Where exactly that invasion is going to come from, I don't know. They could send a fleet up and just land close to Rome. They could, go past the Spanish coast up here from, New Carthage down here all the way up, maybe land at Genoa. They could walk through Sicily as well. There's so many options, and I think it's going to happen very soon. So we need to make sure that we are prepared. Last episode I said that Massalia would be a good goal for us to go for next, but I think Massalia is actually kind of friendly towards us. They are trading with us, and they are actually busy with the Averni. We're going to try and trade with the Cassitani as well, who are enemies of Carthage. So I think they are a natural trade partner for us.
We will gladly listen to your offer.
And they actually accept, which is very nice. We're also going to try the same thing with these northern tribes here. Obviously, they don't like us, and I think that is down to, it's because of us raiding. We were raiding the Insubres, and in the process of that, we accidentally hit their trade lines as well.
Greetings to you.
We're gonna have to pay them some money here. Give them 900 coins for each of these. Probably won't be possible with the Reti just because they hate us so much.
I have little gain in wasting the.
It's not happening for the Reti, unfortunately. They just really don't like us. But having trade agreements with the Helveti as well as the Nori for now is going to be fine. So for these armies, I'm going to move some of these units over into this army before we move them south. And this army here is going to stay north for the time being. We have some public order issues, so we're going to move this army out of the settlement. See, that already gives us great public order. We're going to keep them on this side here because I am still a bit worried about the Reti declaring war on us. If they are sat behind this settlement here, the Reti declare war on us, they are unable to just walk through the settlement, right? They'd have to siege the settlement and then they could attack our army. Because in this ambush stance, they are vulnerable. Ambush stance. In this patrol stance, they are vulnerable to being ambushed. That's what I'm trying to say. We could already tax this region, but I want to make sure that the public order up here is as good as possible. Before we do that, I want to make sure that this goes into the positive, just so we get rid of the unhappy populace down here. And also any negative effects that we might have on our population gain, because we want to have population up there as soon as possible for replenishment's sake. Carthage right now are definitely the undisputed masters of the Mediterranean. So we need to get our hands on a fleet soon and try and contest that, but it's going to be a while before we can match their naval power. Alright, let's move this army over here. So we're gonna take these colonist levies as well as this one unit of swordsmen. Put them into this army instead. Send these guys south as soon as possible. This army here, we're going to recruit some of these Camillian heavy spear maniple. We'll recruit some of these light spear maniple. And then we'll also get a unit of elite hoplite maniple. So upgrading our infantry a little bit, just beefing them up. We have some money left, but nothing to really invest it in. Plus, in a few turns, we're going to get this advanced construction technique research done, which is going to mean that we have lots of things we can invest in. So let's just hold on to that for the time being. I'm also expecting Syracuse to cancel agreements with us soon. Stay on good terms with Carthage. We can actually see a Carthaginian army here, either an army or a fleet, sailing up to Akragas, so they might be landing troops up here right now, which is why we need that spy down there really badly. Let's make sure she gets down there as soon as possible. It's going to be 3 turns. We'll send this army down as well. We'll give them some more troops. I think what we'll recruit is some of this Ligurian cavalry, some cheap cavalry. Add that in, and we'll get another unit of these swordsmen. Actually, let's get some Torini assault infantry, because if it's Carthage, then there's a chance that they'll bring elephants. So having some of these guys is going to be good. Axemen generally have bonus versus elephants. Plus, I think they have javelins, which is quite nice. Alright, this army is ready. We're going to keep them, I think, on the border right here for the time being. I know it sounds kind of lame, like we're not pushing anywhere, but I think it's the best thing for us to do right now. Because hell is gonna break loose soon. I can feel it, okay? My DI senses, they are tingling right now. I know that something's on the horizon, and we just can't pinpoint it yet. We are not super strong yet either, right? We are currently... it must be like 35. You can see that Epirus is actually fighting the Ardii. Illyria would be a really good target right now. It's probably what I would go for right now if we weren't occupied. Right, there's our advanced construction techniques. Made a bit of money from the mission here. Maybe I'm just paranoid. Maybe I am paranoid, but having played against Carthage before, I know what's gonna happen. They're gonna send stacks and stacks to mess with us. All right, we have 11 food, which is a bit grim as far as upgrading our buildings goes. But these buildings right here actually give us food. This one doesn't take a lot of food. This one also only takes 1 more food per turn. So we'll get these upgraded first. Is there anything else? This one also gives food, so we'll get these built, so we upgrade our food supply. Then we're also going to go into economy here and get the improved irrigation. This is 16 turns worth of research, which is going to give us access to the irrigation ditches as well as the grain silos. I like to build pretty much everywhere. So that is going to be a bit of extra food, although we haven't really built that many fields yet. So we're going to have to change that soon. We're going to expand Rome, and I think we might just go for the regular Roma. Or do we go for commercial Roma? The main difference here is the fact that this one will cost more food. It will reduce the public order much more. Well, then again, we're going to get the Colosseum and everything down here, right? The other problem this poses is the increased banditry. Plus 12 banditry. No, we're going to go commercial Roma. This is going to be such a big region in terms of income. We're going to stack so many bonuses. Let's just get the commercial Roma. But we'll have to wait until we have enough money. There's our spy. There's nothing going on in Sicily. Oh, never mind. That just changed. It was just a split second, like 2 frames where the army landed over there. We have an army in Tarraco as well. Wait, Tarraco? Oh, these guys just got invaded. Rip Casitani. They are gone. Carthage working their way up the Spanish coast towards us. Which is making me uncomfortable.
War!
Ooh.
A man's calling is war, not weaklings gossip. Give
Okay.
me the clash of swords, not
So
wagging
the
tongue.
Helvetii didn't join them, but we are now at war with the Reti. Alright, new political election, that's fine. Faction joins your enemies, yep. I told you that shit was on the horizon. Now, this army is pretty terrible. They have some decent cavalry, I guess, some infantry here, but the Libyan infantry are absolute garbage. I'm not too worried about this. We're gonna park this army inside of Cosentia, even though that's lowering our public order here. Now, Reti. Why are you doing this to me right now? I guess we'll invade. It's gonna be kind of difficult holding that place though in the Alps. We're gonna keep this army down here next to the settlement for the time being. This general looks kind of cool on the campaign map with the AAA Generals mod that I have installed as well. I didn't have that in the first episode, but I had it since the second one. So it looks kind of cool. I think they're wearing the winter clothes right now as well. Kind of extra padding so they don't freeze their toes off. Alright, we're gonna go commercial Roma here. Yeah, all of this is going to mean we'll make quite a bit of extra money soon. Investing it into the main buildings. Hopefully we'll be able to field another army easily with that. But until then, we're kind of on a survival mission here. We're gonna fend off the Reti. I'm pretty confident we can do that. Let's actually send our spy over. Yeah, with these guys having declared war on us too, this might actually get kind of tricky over here. I actually feel like not recruiting more potent units here is a little bit troll. So we're going to get rid of 2 of these and get some... Oh, we have no money. I think we're going to cancel building construction here and get some more powerful units. Let us get some of these Triari here. Let's get 2 of these. Just because they're able to form a phalanx, which is going to be useful in defending the settlement. Okay. Carthage leaving Panormos. Probably for Caralis. Hello, Massalia? Are you alright? Where are you going? You're not gonna betray me too, are you? That is extremely sus. Oh no. Is that a... Oh, are those the... Oh, is that a Reti army? No. Oh, yes, it is. I think we're gonna be out of range for this place. Okay, but that means that this place is probably fairly undefended, isn't it?
Advance.
I'm gonna send our spy up here and see. Yeah, that is pretty winnable. We're gonna wait this turn though, because we'll take attrition here. I don't think we are in range to reinforce the settlement if they do attack us. But if they do, we can just auto-resolve the first one where they attack the garrison and then kind of kick them out of Patavium again. Down here we're going to do the same thing again that we did last turn. We're going to get rid of 2 more of these. They have served their purpose for the time being. We just need to heavily invest in some better troops. So I think what we're going to do is we'll get some more of these guys here. I completely forgot that they had an army in the Nori territory, actually. We're going to auto-resolve this. Just go protective stance. And then next turn, we'll take it back. They could have obviously liberated here, so we got a little bit lucky. No trade possible with the Nori anymore. Okay. Patavium. Yeah, we're gonna do this fight ourselves. This is very doable. Even though the balance of power seems in their favor, we can easily win this. These guys sullied 4th. They have obviously the nice hill right here. I think this is in their favor because they can just position themselves up here, but obviously they're not gonna. We might be able to steal that away from them if we place our army right here. We're gonna sprint. See if you can't take the high ground. Our infantry, not all of our infantry is super healthy. These guys are at 89%. But it will do. Oh, they just placed their defenses right here. So these are brimstone pits, stakes. There's some spike traps over here. Let's walk around that. We will actually sprint right now because I want to make sure we get as much of this hill as possible. Enemy cavalry is going for it. You know what? Let's sit back. These guys are approaching for us. They're going very aggressively. So I'm gonna sit back here. Enemy cavalry stop in its tracks. What these guys are doing, I don't know. They might be charging our infantry here. Oh, they're turning on the brimstone pits. Okay. I see. Let's run forward. Okay, no, never mind. I thought maybe we could get some javelins in, but I didn't want to just run forward with our javelin men. And risk getting charged by these guys. We're gonna fall back a little bit. There's a push on the right side that I'm seeing. We're gonna inspire and maybe take these guys out. Fall back a little bit because I'd rather fight back here where it's more flat. Oh man, their cavalry is going ham. Oh, they're charging. Whew. Into our spearmen. Okay, there's obviously a very wide flank here. They might be trying to support their other cavalry units. We gotta make sure these guys don't push through. Let's move our triarii over here. These guys are getting peppered by javelins. They have pushed through here, but we're gonna block this off with our triarii. Yeah, these enemy cavalry units, they are 100% losing, although we are taking some casualties. This is why you want to keep somewhat of a spear reserve in your back in battles like this. Units will just run past you like these cavalrymen. If they pushed through there, they might have actually gotten some of our javelin men at the back, which wouldn't be the worst thing, you know, they're just javelin men. But what do we have over here? Strong enemy infantry. We're gonna match them with our routine infantry here, and then we'll take this battle. These guys might return. I would like to chase them down, but we'll deal with it for the time being. Okay, routine infantry, let's go. These guys should win against this spear, against these spear units. I think our routine infantry are going to beat them. You can see they're already getting a lot of kills. These guys have by far the worst formation for this. I'm gonna make sure we go wide on these guys and then charge. And then we will move our levies here and throw javelins into the side of the enemy. We're gonna back this up with some of our triarii. I'm gonna turn these guys around as well so they don't take javelins in their side. Let's make sure we finish this. These guys actually just returned. Put these guys into phalanx. Same thing over here. There are the javelins into the enemy side. Our routine infantry here is winning. We've won against every enemy cavalry unit, so it's time for us to mop up some of these ranged units here with our own cavalry, because they are firing at our backline here. We'll move the triarii in here. Our levies here are almost out of ammo. These guys are nearly routed. The side is still winning. Alright, here comes the cavalry. I'm gonna split up our troops here a little bit. Make sure we hit all of the ranged units. I'm gonna use my general here to ride into the enemy's front line. Gonna inspire and get in there. Didn't do a whole lot of damage. When I get out again. Over here, our routine infantry is winning against the enemy's attempted flanking maneuver. Fending the spearmen off. Did a good amount of damage here. We're gonna try that again. These guys are just steady at this point, and there's a unit routing. Some of these missile infantry though. Our center is fine. These guys are holding. Over here, we're weaseling our way back behind these Alpine shield wall spearmen. Got a charge in over here. This side might break soon, at which point we can use our Bruttian infantry to flank. Let's make sure we rout these remaining units. Do another charge over here. Getting a good amount of kills. Oh my god, what is this unit doing? How did you do that? They just weaseled their way behind us. We're gonna turn around here and try and stop that attack in its tracks. Alright, getting rid of these guys. Our Bruttians here are freed, so we're gonna send them in here now. Form up again. Now we'll send them in. The side is now wavering, which is very nice. We're gonna have our Hastati that are kind of battered chasing them. There's some missile infantry coming back, so we'll charge into that. You can see the enemy's infantry is actually quite good. We might use some of our levies here in the front lines too. Because while they are not designated melee units, they are still capable of fighting. That's the best I can say about their combat ability. They are capable of fighting. I'm gonna try and deliver a charge here. These guys are just steady. And they're at a convenient angle for us to charge. Ooh, these guys just came back, and now our Hastati over here are in a bit of trouble. Oh, they're actually routing. Let's not go defensive stance then. I think they came back into the battlefield. Let's send our levies in here. We can actually flank around this side with them. They do have shields, you know. They have short swords probably, or like daggers or something. So they'll be fine. This is hopefully going to be the end of them. Our general has been fighting a lot. We have routed the enemy over here. I'm going to add these units to the center. These guys are now surrounded. Obviously surrounded by levies, so could be better, but I think overall they're still putting the hurt on these guys. We have lost a unit of Hastati that is routed over here. And these guys are gone. Meanwhile, these swordsmen are just waiting. Alright, these guys are gone. Fantastic. The enemy units just keep returning. They just keep coming back. Recharge time. Yeah, these shield wall infantry, they are pretty sturdy, aren't they? Really good morale as well. 56 morale, 20 melee defense. These are basically just hoplites. They're even better than hoplites in some ways. You can see the enemy infantry, they're wavering now. So this battle is over. That is Patavium defended. Very nice. We are going to just occupy this place again because we just stabilized the public order here. And now it's in the gutter again. Fortunately, we don't have to repair anything as they haven't destroyed any of the buildings. Now up here, let's see, what's the garrison like? So this is 16 units in the garrison. 12 units here. I don't know about that. Let's move our army right here into the pass and go into ambush stance. We're going to wait until a few turns from now. Either this army comes down and we can ambush them and then take the settlement for free, or we go down here, replenish our army, and then send them north. Maybe even with the reforms, and then take these guys out. Alright, Polybian military reforms. We're gonna get that this time around. For that, we have to go into the management screen, and then there's these purple upgrades down here. We need to get that to unlock these units. Now we're gonna send this army down here. Just because there's more manpower available for replenishment. And just keep them camped around here. And we'll actually save our money this turn, so we have enough money to buy unit upgrades next time around. I don't know where this other army of Syracuse is, but I have a bad feeling about this.
Swift and silent, a shadow.
Yeah, they're on the way to us up here. You You can see it's not the highest quality army. They have a lot of Greek citizens recruited into their army, some militia, some cheap cavalry, some regular hoplites. It's very, very much something we can defend against with the army that we currently have. On this guy right here, we're going to go Paragon as well. We are going to get... I don't know if Demagogue would be a good thing to get for us. Let me check the political affiliation. This is the Julia. Nah, I mean, they have kind of good loyalty, unlike Papiria, which we actually have to worry about this turn. So let's just invest these points into Physician, and then let's also get Economist for the time being. Now let's see. 13% risk of secession with the Papiria. So we're going to send them on a mission here. 4%. They are just going to be an ongoing problem, aren't they? Again, this I'm not too worried about. We can easily defend against them, and we have plenty of population down here as well. So if they do decide to attack us, it's just a formality. Alright, here's our unit upgrades. Very nice. And we're gonna go ahead and well, we can't this turn just because we don't have enough money after we had to bribe the House of Paprika again. But we're gonna upgrade these units and leave the cavalry for next time around. And that's all of our money gone again. And these guys are still replenishing. We should move them into the settlement to make things faster. I'm actually going to go military logistician here, conscriptor. Let's get another point of conscriptor just because it's very useful right now. Getting that replenishment done faster. We can send them north and hopefully take out the Reti, who are at this point recruiting more of an army again. We are still in ambush stance over here. So maybe we get to surprise them this turn or the next one. Yeah, they're not going to attack us. They're just going to sit in front of us menacingly and maybe wait for Carthage to bring a stack so they can attack us together.
There is a time when warriors must sheath the sword and talk for the good of their people.
Nah. I would have gone for peace if they agreed to be a client state, but even then they have a valuable resource over there. And with them already having declared war on us, we're gonna finish this. Unfortunately for them, it is too late for peace now. Upgrade these units as well. Soon we'll have a lot more income coming in because these upgrades here are going to finish. So that will be quite nice. Until then, we kind of have to hold out. Okay, still no attack from the Reti. We are almost fully replenished here, so I'm going to start sending this army over. It's going to be 2 turns. Then we are going to get the remaining upgrades for levies down here. Get these valites built. These will be valuable on defending just because we can target enemy hoplites with them. We have a new building slot here in Rome, but I think we just don't have the money for it for the time being. This place is now a positive public order, so we're gonna start taxing this. Get a bit of extra money in. And that's it again for this turn. It's just very fast turns right now because there's not much we can do. Again, we're just sitting this out. We're upgrading our army slowly. And in a moment, we'll be able to attack the Reti. Oh, okay. I didn't see that army. Now we are being attacked by Carthage. I told you, Carthage, they are sneaky with their fleets. They can invade anywhere at any moment. These guys might actually just take Genoa here. And then we'll have to kick them out again. Maybe we do make peace with the Reti and we just focus on defeating Carthage here. Alright. And there's the improved irrigation being researched. We cannot make it over there in this turn. Let's get some of these upgrades here. If we're going to be fighting Carthage, might as well do so prepared. I'm just selectively upgrading these to make sure we target the right units. Okay. Everything except for the generals what we managed to upgrade. I think we'll just stay like this for now. Maybe we can get an ambush off here after all. I don't know if they have discovered us. So we're just going to try and defend this with 1 legion. Against this Carthaginian invasion force here. I think we'll be fine. Makes for more interesting battles anyways, doesn't it?
At your service.
They're getting another army ready down here, which is concerning.
Observing.
Actually 18 troops in this one. I'm going to auto-resolve this just because we have a big battle coming up after this. These guys might just liberate this too. Alright, we're good. Oh, dearie me. Uh-oh. And, you know, it's dangerous because they just come out of the fog of war, don't they? They just sneakily come out of the fog of war right next to Rome, and there's nothing you could do. This is why we need a fleet soon. We just need it. But unfortunately, we don't have the money. We need to make it for another 10, 15 turns. We're gonna get good income. Okay, Reti, as much as I want to kick your ass,
I am sure you have many pleasantries for me, but please don't bother. Talk of meat, not honey.
as much as I want to defeat you right now, we just are kind of busy. So give me some money here.
Offer you this gift. Your speech holds much that is good for your people.
And we're good, alright?
I dislike much
No
of our
betraying us though.
I welcome you.
Trade with the Nori again.
I do not think our people want your trinkets.
The
They
trade
want-
agreement got cancelled earlier because we lost Patavium, obviously. Alright, and now we're gonna send this army down to Rome. They're not gonna be there in time. But it is what it is. We're going to attack.
We take this settlement for Rome!
I think we're gonna wait for no snowstorm. I don't think it's gonna happen. Dry. Oh yeah, let's go. The snow. Now, this is one of my least favorite settlements to attack. Because they are very, it's very easy to defend. This right here is kind of an awkward angle to attack from because of this building. So you'd be fighting along this side. You kind of weasel your way through here, I believe, as well. But I think the easiest way to attack is on this side, but it's a little bit hilly. It's just the terrain is a bit rough. You have some buildings blocking the paths here and whatnot. It's just an awkward settlement to attack. It's one of my least favorite ones.
Riders, move! Hastati!
Gonna take it slow here.
Now, the victory awaits us. Riders, move out!
No, baggage train. We're just going to withdraw. All right, what's going on here? The enemy army is pushing out of the settlement. Some light shock cavalry over on this side. They are actually hunting down my baggage train. I think they'll make it. Even if not, they are flanking our units here. We don't have any Triari, Hastati, nothing over here. So we're gonna run in here with our cavalry. Maybe force the enemy to send back some cavalry. Either that or get some charges off on some of these units at the back here. Yeah, I don't know where these guys are going. They're doing like a wide flanking maneuver. I'm not too worried about this This army, these guys are also going to be fine against these very light shock cavalry units. I mean, the Carthaginian cavalry is decent, but they're not that good. They're not going to be able to frontally charge our units and deal a whole lot of damage. 47 charge bonus is also not great. They are very lightly armored, so it'll be fine. Our infantry is sturdy enough to deal with that, even if they're not spearmen. Okay, we have Libyan infantry at the back here. These guys trying to make their way to the front line as well. We're just going to have our cavalry sit over here. Yeah, they're moving their cavalry out. This is gonna be such a weird battle. I'm unsure what the plan is for them. They're massing cavalry over here as well. They definitely outnumber our cavalry units, that's for sure. Oh, let's keep running. Didn't expect the Libyan infantry charge. Although they did get some kills on us, actually. How are we going to do this? I think we have to make our sides a bit wider here, so we're going to move up the Triari. What are they doing? Hello? I'm so confused. They're massing infantry over here, sorry, cavalry out here, and they're also moving some more infantry over. We're now getting skirmished. We're gonna just throw javelins for a little bit while I figure this out. We definitely can't win this with our cavalry, so I wanna maybe even send these guys back, because there's nothing I can really charge. There's the enemy cavalry coming in now. The Triari, we're gonna extend our line here a little bit. There's the enemy cavalry moving now. Repel cavalry, boys. Oh god, they're not gonna be fast enough. Alright, that's fine. We can fight that. We need to move our infantry over on this side forward. Because these guys, they do need backup. Throw the javelins over on this side. We have routed an enemy. Oh, we got charged here. This is time for our cavalry. I didn't see that charge. We took some damage on our velites. We're getting charged. Oh my god, they are running everywhere. We're getting maneuvered on right now. Okay, we're gonna push these guys forward. And we're gonna push this with our Triari and our general. Plus the cavalry, we can smash them. This is our opportunity right here. The velites, we have to keep them safe out of there. I'm gonna use them to throw some javelins in here. This side, we're still getting flanked, but we are fine. These guys can hold their own. Now, keep pushing forward. They might be going for our velites here, so I'm gonna let them fall back. Oops, I targeted these ones as well. I don't want to do that. Alright, I mean, these guys are getting some kills, but they're also losing a lot of men, so I'm not too unhappy about our infantry fighting here. We're gonna send our Bruttian infantry into these Libyan infantrymen. Block that off. We're fighting here now. Crush the enemy cavalry. Gonna pull our own cavalry out of there. We have our Principes. The Triari are gonna turn around here, block this off. What a chaotic battle, just because of how they are fighting it. Sending troops everywhere. I'm gonna block this off, make sure that they don't get in our back. Use our velites to throw javelins at these Carthaginian hoplites. I think that's a good target for us. And I think we're gonna ride around this side with our cavalry and try and get in here. Okay, we fended this off. Our Bruttians are slaughtering the Libyan infantry here. Throw some more javelins here. Alright, we are being distracted here by these enemy cavalrymen. These light cavalrymen, they are absolutely trying to distract our Hastati from going into the main front line here, the enemy. So I want to make sure that they actually get into the battle rather than being busy fighting these terrible cavalrymen over here. Our Principes here are holding. We're getting flanked right now. My velites are probably history. I don't think I'll be able to defend against that. Sometimes the AI just does things like this and I'm impressed, you know? It's like, this is an actually difficult battle. These Triari we're gonna put into defensive formation. Velites are still throwing javelins. And we're gonna charge in here with our Hastati. This is kind of doomed for the enemy if we can get in there. The Principes are definitely gonna be able to hold this. Trying disengaging our velites here, who have taken a fair bit of damage. Our Triari on this side, this is perfect for them, right? This is the ideal scenario for our Triari to hold. We can make use of all of their melee defense. Just holding that side. And the enemy infantry here is just not very good, so they're not going to be able to break through our Principes anytime soon. Our own cavalry, we're going to run around now. And I think we'll go through here instead. There's some enemy units returning, but I'm fine with that. Make sure we keep our velites safe back here. There's some enemy infantry that have overloaded our flanks on this side. Our Hastati are in here now. Some of the enemy cavalry here is coming back. We'll try and fend that off. They are charging our velites. It's not the end of the world. We'll send some of the Hastati back just because we have no choice really. Bruttian infantry making their way into the enemy's back from here now after they routed the enemy Libyan infantry. Over here we routed the enemy infantry. We have some other units coming back around. There's some more units returning over on this side. Now, charging the enemy center here was our general. We're going to inspire. Get that bonus. So we charge in here. A Triari, let's get them out of defensive formation to chase these units out. Get both of these Equites out. And get these Hastati and the enemies back. Okay, our velites, they are just better. We're going to pull them out completely. Get in there. Our velites, come on, keep fighting. You can do it. Even though this is a cavalry unit. I know this is not what you're made for, but... Right, what a chaotic battle. I think we have it under control now, though. It's a combination of the way that they moved out of the settlement in a very chaotic way. How they had much more cavalry than we did. Maybe us misplacing our cavalry over there rather than in support of our main infantry. And also just very interesting maneuvers on their end. This was actually a very enjoyable battle just because it got me confused. It got me confused. That was not a bad defense around these buildings. Now you can hopefully see why I don't really like this settlement defense. This is always just a shit show. It's very fun though. I think our Triari over here did a great job. They held this line. You see 250 kills around this building, just keeping our Principes on the side safe. On the right side, we had kind of a similar thing with these guys right here. 150 kills. This is where these types of units just come in super valuable with 27 melee defense, 66 morale, just great armor. That was fantastic. Our Principes in the center, they were in their element, right? They were fighting the enemy's terrible infantry and fended them off. This was where the main battle took place. And then our Hastati, after being distracted by the enemy cavalry over on this side, managed to weasel their way through and get into the enemy's back. And I think that was what broke the enemy's back at the end. You can also see we didn't take too many losses overall. Our infantry is pretty fine, all things considered, even though this was a very chaotic battle. And our velites also managed to live through this. Alright, we're just going to occupy again. Hopefully they didn't destroy anything yet. Nope, we're good. So we're going to replenish quickly. And now we have to worry about this garbage down here. Now... There are 20 units in this army, and in Rome we have a decent-sized garrison. It's not the greatest troops. Most of it is Italian town guard. It would have been better if we already had this upgrade. If they do attack, I think we might be able to defend. Right, we'll see how it goes. Down here, I'm actually debating prematurely attacking this army, but they are in defensive stance. The reason why I want to do that is because they have another army on the way. And if these guys manage to come over here, we might just be screwed with 2 stacks attacking us. I don't know if I can defend against that. Even though it's bad units, we'll have to see. It would be a close battle. We are going to recruit another army in Rome just to make sure that Rome doesn't fall, because that would be disaster. So we're going to recruit Gnaeus Cornelius Scipio from our family. Actually, I said we would recruit this guy, right? Lucius Papirius. He's not terrible. He does increase empire maintenance by +2, which is tragic, but I think we'll go for Lucius Papirius just to keep him happy. He even looks like he would cause trouble. Oh well, we're gonna give him a unit of the Praetorian Guard. Place them in here. Will be valuable inside of the for the settlement defense, and then we'll get some of these mercenaries. And this is going to be enough to defend Rome. If these guys attack together with the garrison army, we'll be fine. All right, then we'll send these armies down. Defend against Carthage, and then change of plans. I think we have to invade Sicily. I don't see a way around it, because these Carthaginian invasions are only going to get worse from now on. So we need to go down here. We need to take Panormos and Acragas, and then we need to get a fleet and take control over the freaking Mediterranean. There's the other army of Syracuse coming up. They didn't go for a lot of movement this turn, but next turn they might already be here. What are you guys doing? We made peace with you, didn't we? Oh, they're raiding us. I see how it is. Carthage. Carthaginians. I think we might have to recruit some better units over here, but I can't really get rid of anything. Actually, let's get rid of 2 of these Italian militia and get some mercenaries. I think these units are gonna be able to help us a little bit better. We need this army down south as soon as possible. The pirates are actually disappearing. They are taking attrition, so they're going to be gone soon. But don't worry, there will be new pirates. These guys, we are going to send them south, even though I don't trust this for a second. We're going to recruit Gnaeus Cornelius Scipio up here. I'm going to give him a cavalry unit. Put him into the settlement, and we'll recruit some local units to defend this place. We'll get some Massalian hoplites. We'll get some valites for now here. And we'll just keep him in Medlan. We'll probably give him like 10 units or so, which will again be a drain on our coffers, but we don't have much of a choice. Okay, you can see that the Carthaginian raiding army has moved to our coast. They are probably going to land and take Beneventum from us. There is nothing we can really do about that right now. I could move over this army, but they would very likely get wiped out. I could mass recruit some mercenaries and try and defend. But then, you know, what's stopping them? Well, I mean, we have this army next to Rome now. They are in range to assist too. So we could get 3 of these spearmen and move into Beneventum. Let's do that. It's expensive as hell, but it is what it is. No money left for any recruitment. Let's hope that's enough of a deterrent for them. They might still attack, in which case we have quite the battle on our hands. Let's actually hope that Lucius Papirius isn't going to get wiped out, because then we have a proper political disaster on our hands. Because that is the faction leader. That would destroy the loyalty. Alright, so they fortified on the coast. I don't know if that is because they actually don't have more movement, or if our distraction... Wait, why are you attacking with one army, boys? Why just one army? What are you doing? Oh my god. You see, the Rome AI, they fight an impressive battle like we just saw earlier, where obviously they seemed a little bit confused, but they did some nice flanking. It was all good. And then they do something like this. It's like two armies that are sat in front of your settlement. They could attack with both. They even waited until the other army was up here as well. And then they just attack without the other army in tow. It is just completely baffling. I'm actually going to auto-resolve this. Because that is how bad these guys are in this. 85%. Our army is totally fine. We're going to freaking ransom these guys. Because we have more battles coming up very soon here in Italy. Don't have to fight every single one of these ourselves if these guys decide to be stupid about it. Time to wipe out the Carthaginians. They are fortified. Well, they were fortified. Actually, we won't be able to reach them, will we? If I move an army here. Oh, man. Oh, man. This army is not in range, right? Unfortunately. I thought maybe they'd be able to reinforce, but that's not gonna happen. Gonna recruit a few more troops here. Not too many. I think I'm pretty happy with this. We'll also get some of these Alpine assault infantry units, which have some nice melee attack for us. Add these to our army, and maybe we'll also get some of these Ligurian spearmen. Or maybe some cheaper... Let's wait for now. We're down to 5 food now, though, which is a bit of a problem. It's going to be even lower in a bit. We're actually going to be down to like 1. So very calculated here, because we have no other building construction coming in. But that's all we can really afford for the time being. And let's see if we can't catch these Carthaginians next turn and push them back to where they belong. I swear I saw some Carthaginian armies up here during the turn, but I'm not spotting them right now. Who are they at war with right now anyways? They're not at war with the Volcae. They're not at war with... Well, they're actually friends with them. So that's not much better either. There are just some turns right here after you finish expanding in Italy as Rome where fighting Carthage and all the other... Oh, there they are. Oh my god. That is 3 stacks, as I said. There's a fleet that just came out of the fog of war again. They're gonna land at Arretium. There's another fleet that is heading for Genoa. They are currently in the Marsalian territory. They're just walking through the enemy territories here. Okay. How do we solve this? We have this army... Oh my god, it's winter too, so we can't reach them this turn. They're definitely going to go for Cosentia this turn. We are fully replenished here again after auto-resolve battle the last time around. I think with these 2 armies we can solve this down here. We're going to send this army up to defend Arretium. Enemy might still be able to take it. And we're going to send this army here up again as well. I didn't expect these guys to again come out of the fog of war. They're just using Alalia or Caralis over here as a staging ground. And then sending their fleets over. We are going to send this army over to Genoa. Now park them here. And recruit some more units. Because what choice do we have? Now, that I can live with. A nice pitched battle against the Carthaginians, where it's just a fair 1v1. Well, more or less fair, because their infantry is trash, so we'll take this battle. It's probably the best we can get right now. In times like these, where you are besieged from all sides, these 1v1s, where your army is replenished, they're quite nice, aren't they? Alright, we are going to do our usual move of Hastati on the sides, Principes in the center. We're going to back them up with our Triari. And move them over like so, a little bit further back. Just to keep our back safe, especially with the Carthaginians. They have a lot of cavalry usually. So keeping back some spearmen like this for not only the morale boost, the encourage that they provide, but also just to fend off any enemy cavalry units that try and get funny. It's a good idea. Alright, I'll stock this formation. The enemy formation is going to be much wider than ours. I'm gonna move back these units on the side a little bit. Go a little bit more defensive, and we're gonna move these guys on the far sides. Really far back. Kind of a laid back formation. Preparing to get surrounded here. Alright, we have lots of Libyan cavalry on the right side. These guys are pretty good. We have even more Libyan cavalry on the left side, and obviously the general at the back. The front line is definitely the weakest part of the Carthaginian army. The Libyan infantry is just absolutely terrible. And our infantry, they're absolutely going to slaughter them. There are some good units, like these guys right here. They're pretty good. They have some more at the back, but for the most part, the Carthaginian center is going to fall to our professional Hastati, Principes, and Triarii. What I'm a bit worried about is getting outmaneuvered by the enemy cavalry that can definitely weasel their way behind us, which is why we are positioned very defensively like this. We're going to just try and stop the cavalry from getting into our back. I'm actually going to move our cavalry back, and we are going to keep them kind of behind us. We're just going to be playing defense here. Let's make our skirmishing line a little bit smaller. We have a bit of an incline to our advantage here as well. Wouldn't call it a hill, but they're definitely going to be fighting slightly uphill. The enemy skirmishers are also not strong in numbers. But they do have some slingers that outrange us for sure. We're just going to take that for the time being. Alright, there's an enemy charge coming in. We're going to move our velites back. Just keep them behind our lines. They might just try and charge into our infantry here. I'm going to move them around. Put the Triarii right here. Back them up. These guys can take a charge from these. It's alright. They're going to eat javelins as well. Alright. This is not a terrible charge for them, right? Shock cavalry into swords is generally not a terrible idea, but these are not very heavily armored, so they are going to fall, as you can see. And Hastati did take some losses, but they are going to be fine. This is a worthwhile trade for us, considering this is the biggest danger of their army. They could have done a lot worse with that cavalry. We're going to do the same thing here, line these guys up. Back them up with the Triarii just to make sure that the cavalry does not punch through and get to our velites right here. Plus, if they do stick it, then the Triarii going in there with the bonus against cavalry is going to be valuable. We're keeping our cavalry back still, right? I really do not want to engage them yet because I'm worried about being outflanked. Our infantry is fighting. This is what we want. These guys perfectly in battle. They threw their javelins. We're gonna engage the Hastati here as well. And here the enemy flank is coming. This side is almost defeated. I'm gonna keep our general back, but I'm gonna commit our two equites over on this side. And we're gonna try and get the Triarii in there as well. Let's see if we can't get a good flank in here. Actually, let's leave them out of flying wedge. And get them in here. Very nice. Our velites are throwing javelins. We're gonna try and target these units at the back. I think we're defeating them on this side. Let's see if we can't catch these units here as well. These are mercenary Numidian cavalry. Well, talk about catching mercenary Numidian cavalry. It's not gonna happen. So we're just gonna sit back. Gonna keep defensive. I'm not gonna get baited. Keep our general over on this side. Make sure this flank stays safe. Make sure the center is engaged. We want to push here. These Numidian cav, they're going to be out of ammo soon. They're currently targeting our Brutians, but I'm not gonna chase these guys because I know that our cavalry will never be able to catch them. Our general got engaged over here. We're gonna go inspire. They should be able to beat these guys. Our cavalrymen are pretty good. And these are kind of mediocre. We have good armor on our general. We don't have to be worried about engaging him too. Valitas are empty. No ammo. Taking some enemy fire from these guys now. Our center is being pelted here by enemy phalanx units and the enemy cavalry in the center, but the Principes, they should be able to hold this. We are routing the enemy's left side, and I think we're winning over here as well. Move these guys in. We're winning this. We've routed another unit, and that's the Numidian calf committed in melee now, so we're gonna go in there. I think they're out of ammo. We need to back up our Principes in the center. Our general over here has won. Took some losses, but overall it's not terrible. Now routing the enemy ranged units. Got Valites out of there. I'm going to use our general to make sure that these units here don't return. I mean, these ones are pretty healthy, actually. Gonna try and regroup him with our... Actually, no, let's keep him back here, because these guys are already coming back. Charge in there again. Numidian calf have charged our Equites again, but our Equites, with how much armor they have at this point, they are going to be doing pretty well. See, this is kind of a stalemate. There's really not much happening, but I'm quite happy about that. We can stall in the center for a while. These guys have decided to rout again. We're gonna keep our cavalry back on this side still. Alright, continue wiping these archers who have not dealt a whole lot of damage to us this time around. Our Stati here overextended a little bit. They find themselves in a bit of a pickle. Considering going hollow square, but they are not exactly surrounded. We're gonna pull back these Hastati and see if we can't weasel our way through here and get into the enemy's back. That's too many units committed for that. Our general is being attacked by these spearmen, so I want to disengage that. Not a fight I want to take. Alright, we're gonna run through here now. And we're gonna have them attack the enemy's back here. And then we'll probably commit our Principes again as well. Let's get in there. This formation is turning around, but I think we're good. These guys might rout before they even reach our general. Well, we'll just move our general over. This side is broken. Our Stati that overcommitted have actually done quite well in wiping some units at the back here. Got our Bruttian infantry turned around and fighting these Libyan spearmen. Our Triari on this side are holding these Carthaginian hoplites. Enemy center is now properly broken. There's just not much left. There's an enemy cavalry unit back again. And we're gonna try and target that with my general. Have to make sure we don't accidentally run into this unit right here. What's going on over here? Fight these guys. That's the enemy general right here. But he is wavering as well. He might be gone now, and that might be the end of the battle if we manage to kill him. There we go. Let's just run over these guys. They're gonna rout immediately. There we go. That is Carthage defeated. This was a costly battle, but overall not terrible. You can see our infantry did most of the work here. The Principes especially did fantastically. Well, the Hastati as well. All of our infantry is just going to be better than what they are fielding. Even the Carthaginian hoplites, none of them really match up to the versatility and just raw power of the Roman infantry post-Polybian reforms. And that's what we're going to bank on in pretty much every single one of our armies from now on. And we are going to enslave these guys, make some more money. And that is an attack on Arretium. We could fight this ourselves, or we auto-resolve and just retake again next turn, as you can see. I think that's what we're going to do. I'm not sure if I could win this one myself with the units that they have. We just have one unit of cavalry. Yeah, we're going to auto-resolve this, and I'm just going to retake because we're right next to it. I think we'll be fine. They're not going to destroy anything within one turn. So this is just a bad move by them. They're just going to get wiped out. Oh, well, they looted. Well, that's bad. But it's not the end of the world. I think this is the invasion pretty much averted. We're going to run over these guys. And then next turn, we will think about sending our troops to the south, because we need to deal with this. We're going to auto-resolve this too, just because we will be replenished by the time we actually get to the south. Alright, goodbye Carthage. Please do not come back. Arretium we have to repair, which is a bit of a shame, but we do have quite a bit of money now. This army has a bunch of mercenaries that we're now going to get rid of. Lucius Cursor we're also going to get rid of. She might not like. We're going to organize games here real quick. And Cis Alpina, get the public order up again. There's still a small risk of the secession, so I think 4% we are just going to risk, just because they are also not very powerful. We'll just deal with it. And now we're going to send this army down south as well. And at that point we'll have 3 stacks ready to invade Sicily. What they could obviously do is use this smaller army here to siege us. Alright, I think this is another auto-resolve battle for us, just because there's no backup for this army. And we'll be able to replenish up here just fine. Enslave these guys as well. Fortunately, we realized what was happening in time, and we already had some units recruited. This army will finish wiping them out. We are going to build a public forum here. Get some of this expanded. Just have to spend our money now. Now, we have done a ton of civil research so far. So what we're going to start doing now is actually researching some tactics. We're going to go for morale, and we're also going to go for the melee attack for infantry, charge bonus, melee defense for infantry. All of these are going to be valuable for us, especially now that we have the Polybian reform upgrades. This will be a slaughter, by the way. Like, Syracuse is always such a grind fest down here because we're so close to Carthage and they can just keep sending stack after stack. So you're in for a treat very soon. It's going to be a lot of battles, us against Carthage. You can see our income even better now than at the start of the turn. We just oh my god, there's another army. There is another Carthaginian army coming in to attack in Genoa. They are relentless, aren't they? And they attack from everywhere too. Southern Italy, they just land next to Rome. They go through Sicily. They attack from Alalia. Carthaginians everywhere. And that's why Carthage must burn. Alright, they are still fortified. I'm confident we can defend this up here. This is why we did some extra recruitment a while ago. We're actually going to get a bit more cavalry here. We'll get one more of these units. And I think that'll be it. Let's wait for like 1 or 2 more turns of replenishment down here. We'll send this army down. But I would say overall the absolute crisis is now averted. I told you at the start of this episode that there was something brewing and I could feel it. I think we have successfully defended against that now, and now I feel like we are on the offense, because our income now is absolutely crazy. We're looking really good. And so we're going to push this fight to the Carthaginians. So that's what we're going to do in the next episode. We are going to invade Sicily. I've made up my mind after this episode of having to defend. It's been a long one too. So I hope you guys will be there for the next time when we take revenge and hopefully take out all of these guys, including these ones who betrayed us pretty heavily. So I'll see you guys around next time. If you like this video, make sure you leave it a thumbs up down below so other people can find it too, and subscribe to the channel so you will be notified whenever the next episode is out. For now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.